Today, Bitcoin climbs above the $28,000 level. Fugitive Three Arrows Capital founder Su Zhu is in custody in Singapore. And as Sam Bankman-Fried's trial kicks off this week, CNBC takes a closer look into the fall of his crypto empire. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Kate Rooney. Crypto prices rallying to kick off October, pushing Bitcoin to its highest level in more than a month. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin traded above $28,000. Ether, meanwhile, rose about 0.5% to $16.93, and Solana jumped more than 4% to $24. Stocks tied to crypto also moving higher, including Riot Platforms and Marathon Digital. Okay, let's talk about some of the top stories. Grayscale Investments wants to convert its Ethereum Trust into an ETF. This morning, Grayscale CEO Michael Sonnenschein highlighted the move on X, formerly Twitter, writing that the crypto asset manager filed to convert the Grayscale Ethereum Trust to a spot ETF. In his statement, Sonnenschein called the move, quote, an important moment to bring Ethereum even further into the U.S. regulatory perimeter. The filing follows Grayscale's court win over the SEC regarding the asset manager's proposed conversion of its Bitcoin trust into an ETF. At the same time, another asset manager, Valkyrie, wants to add Ethereum futures to its Bitcoin futures ETF. On Friday afternoon, Valkyrie announced that it backed off Ether futures purchases until the SEC ETF approval is officially effective. Other firms filed to start an Ether futures ETF include Bitwise and VanEck. Next up, crypto fugitive Su Zhu, the co-founder of the bankrupt digital asset hedge fund Three Arrows Capital, or 3AC, was arrested in Singapore while apparently trying to flee the country. On Friday, liquidators handling the bankruptcy estate of the collapsed fund said that Zhu was arrested at the airport. The Singapore courts ruled against Zhu for deliberately failing to cooperate with the investigation into creditors' claims and the implosion of the multi-billion-dollar fund. According to the financial advisory firm handling the crypto hedge fund's liquidation, Zhu and his co-founder Kyle Davies have both been sentenced to 4 months in prison. Davies is still on the run. 3AC filed for bankruptcy in mid-2022 after the plunge in crypto prices and a risky trading strategy combined to wipe out its assets and leave it unable to repay lenders. Last up, prosecutors in the trial of Sam Bankman-Fried want a Ukrainian customer to testify remotely, and SBF does not approve. In a Saturday court filing, prosecutors asked Judge Kaplan for permission to include a witness testimony over teleconference. Customer 1 is a young male located in Ukraine who lost a substantial portion of his life savings that he had entrusted to FTX when Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. SBF's defense said it, quote, does not consent to the remote testimony. CNBC reached out to prosecutors and SBF's defense team, but they both declined to comment. That trial is set to kick off tomorrow. Sticking with the trial of SBF for our main story, in a new documentary from CNBC, I spoke to insiders, customers, and investors who put their faith in FTX and Bankman-Fried before it all came crashing down. Here's a preview of that story.
He had become a celebrity. There is no question. One of the richest people on the planet, and certainly one of the youngest rich people on the planet.
He was on the cover of Fortune this year being compared to Warren Buffett.
30-year-old billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried, better known as SBF, saw a meteoric rise as crypto's golden boy.
The more time I spent with Sam, the smarter I felt that he was.
My goal is to be able to donate almost everything that I make.
A seemingly altruistic billionaire looking to have a big impact.
I don't give a shit about my legacy. I care about the impact that I have.
He struck me as somebody that was really trying to do something transformative.
Which is why the crypto scandal that engulfed him shocked the world.
News overnight, Sam Bankman-Fried is now in custody in the Bahamas.
His $32 billion cryptocurrency exchange, FTX, goes bankrupt in a matter of days. $8.9 billion in customer funds are missing.
I thought he was the Mark Zuckerberg of crypto. Is he now the Bernie Madoff of crypto?
Top minds on Wall Street, Silicon Valley venture capitalists, A-list celebrities, and millions of crypto traders flocked to FTX, trusting Bankman-Fried with their money.
I lost over $2 million on the FTX platform when it went down.
Now FTX customers who lost millions are sharing their stories.
It's really, really sad. Really sad. Not only how it's affected me, but how it's affected millions of people globally.
Investors who gave FTX tens of millions in capital are speaking out. So you feel betrayed.
Oh, 1,000%. I'm betrayed and disappointed.
And the former president of FTX US, who resigned less than 2 months before its collapse, tells all.
What Sam did was old-fashioned financial fraud.
So far, all anyone has from Bankman-Fried is an apology.
I'm deeply sorry about what happened.
And customers want answers.
I'd never lost that much money in that amount of time before.
This was probably one of the most scariest times, like, ever.
I am definitely pissed at SBF. This was an entrepreneur who could have done really great things.
How did it all go so spectacularly wrong?
I'm not going to revise history. I liked him and trusted him.
How could so many have been fooled?
With an entity like FTX, there were clearly glaring red flags beyond any that I'd ever seen before.
And will his customers ever get their money back?
I'm in quite a big hole right now. I'm probably going to have to file for bankruptcy.
A stone's throw from the turquoise water and pristine beaches in the Bahamas, Sam Bankman-Fried sets up FTX headquarters in Nassau. What was the actual headquarters like?
They had 3 or 4 what effectively looked like suburban office buildings that they were conjoining. It looked like a very large trading floor, not too dissimilar to what you would see on Wall Street.
In less than 2 years, this little office park in the Bahamas becomes home to one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, built by traders for traders.
The platform worked. It was probably the best platform out there in terms of user experience.
More than 5 million users flocked to the exchange, according to FTX, and they were trading big money.
You know, we have $10–15 billion of daily trading volume on the platform.
From Wall Street to Silicon Valley, some of the smartest money becomes desperate to get in on the action.
And he was an industry leader and a first mover in cryptocurrency exchanges. He had a big vision for the future, and he was minting money.
Investments in FTX pour in, totaling nearly $2 billion.
I think their impression was Sam was the ideal tech founder who had landed on a gold mine. He had this way of making everyone really want him to succeed. He was this person who was incredibly smart. He was ambitious.
He was well pedigreed. He had gone to MIT. His parents were Stanford University professors. He had worked at Jane Street, an organization that everybody on Wall Street respects. And so that combination of things is a pretty interesting thing.
For retail trader Sunil Kavuri, who's worked in traditional finance at Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan, hearing about these investments gave FTX major street cred.
He raised significant amount of funds, about $900 million from Sequoia, Paradigm. And I thought, okay, this is a very safe, institutionally backed exchange.
Kavuri moves millions to the exchange. Crypto enthusiast Evan Luthra does the same.
100%. I was aware about all the VCs that I invested in FTX, and that is also built a lot of trust.
Seemingly out of nowhere, Bankman-Fried and FTX start becoming the biggest names in crypto.
This is a tale as old as time to some degree. Some young, charismatic guy in Bermuda shorts with the floppy hair charmed the 20 best investors in the world.
The young billionaire crypto titan's overnight success featured in magazines and on TV.
Thanks for having me.
In the otherwise secretive world of crypto, where the owners of exchanges are camera shy, Bankman-Fried stands out, welcoming the publicity.
I would say it definitely played a little bit of a role that we knew who was actually behind FTX.
I think what really gave him credibility was the exponential profits he was making for the investors and the billions of dollars he was throwing around like monopoly money.
The co-founder of FTX is spending millions promoting the exchange with high-profile celebrity endorsement deals to bring in more and more customers.
It became an obsession. More sports teams, more sports celebrities, different kinds of properties that we could put our name on.
NFL superstar Tom Brady becomes an investor and is featured in FTX commercials.
FTX is the safest and easiest way to buy and sell crypto.
Comedian Larry David stars in a Super Bowl ad that cost millions.
FTX, it's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
I don't think so.
The marketing works.
For FTX, the first time I heard about it was on the Super Bowl ads. So I was like, oh my goodness, there's all these big name people utilizing FTX.
All the A-list names associated with FTX gives customers the impression there's been ample due diligence done on the exchange.
Did the celebrities make me feel more comfortable about using FTX? Personally, it did.
But in reality, everyone involved is gambling on the success of FTX and placing their trust in its founder.
Remember, when you're talking about a venture capitalist, you're talking about a risk taker with capital, you're going to go 1 for 10, you're going to go 1 for 15. And in that 1, you may find the Google or the Facebook. And so Sam was one of those 1 for 15 or 1 for 20.
But customers placing their faith in the exchange have much more to lose. Okay, there's a lot more to that documentary, including why those same insiders are still optimistic about the crypto industry. You can watch the full thing over at cnbc.com/FTX. That's it for today. We'll be back again tomorrow with a lot more. We'll see you then.